Controlling your emotions is one of the most powerful skills you can develop, and yet most of us were never taught how to do it. Think about the last time you got angry, frustrated, or anxious. Did you feel in control of what you were feeling, or did your emotions completely take over and dictate how you reacted? Emotions are not bad. In fact, they are essential signals that tell us something about our environment and ourselves. But when we let them run the show, they can lead us to say things we regret, make impulsive decisions, or sabotage relationships. In this video, we're going to talk about a simple but incredibly powerful mental model called the Thermostat Rule. This concept will help you stop being a prisoner of your emotions and start becoming the person who sets the emotional tone for yourself and even for the people around you. If you've ever wished you could stay calm under pressure, respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, and keep your cool even when everything seems chaotic, then keep watching, because this might just change the way you handle every emotional situation in your life. Imagine walking into a room on a freezing winter morning. You notice the air is cold, so you check the thermostat and set it to a comfortable temperature. Over time, the room gradually warms up until it matches the setting you chose. Now, think about how most people handle their emotions. Instead of being like a thermostat, they act like a thermometer. A thermometer simply reacts to the environment. If the room is hot, the thermometer goes up. If it's cold, it goes down. It has no control over what's happening, it just reflects it. But a thermostat is different. A thermostat doesn't just measure the temperature, it decides what the temperature should be and then signals the system to make adjustments until the environment matches its setting. This is the heart of the thermostat rule for emotional control. You get to choose the emotional temperature you want to live in. You don't have to just absorb the anger, stress, or negativity around you like a thermometer. Instead, you can set your internal thermostat to calm, confident, or focused, and take action to stay there. When you adopt this mindset, you stop being at the mercy of other people's moods, traffic jams, bad news, or unexpected challenges. Instead, you take ownership of your state of mind and influence how you show up in every situation. Most of us grow up acting like emotional thermometers. When someone yells at us, we instantly get defensive. When someone cuts us off in traffic, we explode in anger. When something goes wrong, we panic. Like a thermometer, we simply mirror whatever emotional temperature is in the environment. But here's the problem. If you're always a thermometer, your emotional state is at the mercy of everything and everyone around you. A bad email ruins your entire morning. A negative coworker drags down your energy. A random comment from a stranger online makes you upset for hours. A thermostat, on the other hand, works differently. Imagine walking into a meeting where everyone is stressed and tense. If you are a thermometer, you will also get tense and stressed. But if you are a thermostat, you decide to set your internal state to calm and focused, and sometimes that calmness can actually spread to others, just like a thermostat warms or cools an entire room. The key difference is choice. A thermometer reacts. A thermostat responds with intention. The first one is passive, the second one is proactive. And the more you practice being a thermostat, the more power you gain over how you feel, no matter what is happening around you. This shift from thermometer to thermostat is not just theory, it's a skill you can train every day. And in the next steps, we're going to explore exactly how you can start doing that. Before you can control your emotions, you first need to recognize what triggers them. Emotional triggers are like hidden buttons. When someone presses them, you immediately react, often without thinking. Start by paying attention to the moments in your day when your mood suddenly shifts. Does your heart race when someone criticizes you? Do you feel angry when someone interrupts you? Do you get anxious when you receive an unexpected message or email? These reactions are not random, they are patterns, and if you want to become a thermostat, you need to know where your buttons are. A good practice is to keep a small journal, or even use the Notes app on your phone. Every time you feel a strong emotion, anger, fear, frustration, sadness, quickly write down what happened right before you felt it. Over time, you will see patterns. For example, you might discover that certain people, certain times of the day, or certain topics always trigger the same emotional response in you. This awareness is powerful because you can't change what you don't notice. Recognizing your triggers doesn't mean blaming others for how you feel. It means taking responsibility for noticing what affects you so you can prepare and choose a better response next time. Once you've recognized your emotional triggers, the next step is to create awareness before action, the tiny gap between what happens to you and how you respond. Most people skip this step entirely. Something happens, they feel a surge of emotion, and they immediately react, often in ways they later regret. But this moment, the space between stimulus and response, is where your power lives. Imagine this scenario. Someone cuts in front of you in traffic. Your first instinct might be to honk, yell, or speed up. But if you build the habit of awareness, you'll notice the rush of anger rising in your body. You'll feel your heartbeat, your jaw clenching, the tension in your hands. And instead of reacting instantly, you pause, even for just 2 seconds. That pause is a superpower. It gives your rational brain a chance to catch up with your emotional brain. It allows you to ask yourself, do I really want to get angry about this? What outcome do I want here? What emotional temperature do I want to set? When you practice awareness before action, you stop being a slave to the first emotion that pops up. You become deliberate. You regain control over yourself and your response. This doesn't mean you suppress your emotions. It means you choose how to express them in a way that serves you and aligns with the person you want to be. Now that you've created space between stimulus and response, you get to do something incredibly powerful. Choose your emotional temperature. This means asking yourself, what state do I want to be in right now? Maybe the situation calls for calmness, confidence, compassion, or even excitement. The key is to set the thermostat on purpose instead of letting the room set it for you. Visualize yourself turning an internal dial. If you feel anger rising, imagine turning the dial down to cool. If you're nervous before a presentation, turn the dial up to focused and strong. The more vividly you picture this, the more your brain follows along. Your breath is one of the fastest tools to change your emotional state. When you're angry or anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and fast. To regain control, slow it down. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This signals to your nervous system that you are safe, which lowers your stress response almost immediately. Even just taking 3 deep, slow breaths can shift your emotional temperature dramatically. Now, let's practice this technique. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Reframing means changing the meaning you attach to what's happening. If someone criticizes you, instead of thinking, they hate me, you can reframe it as, this is a chance to learn something new. When you reframe, you aren't denying reality. You are simply choosing a perspective that empowers you instead of one that keeps you stuck in anger or fear. Zooming out is another powerful tool. Ask yourself, will this still matter a week from now? How would I see this if I were giving advice to a friend? By taking the long view, small annoyances lose their power over you. It's like stepping back from a painting. You see the bigger picture instead of just the dark corner that upset you. The words you say to yourself matter. Instead of saying, I can't handle this, try, I'm learning how to handle this. Replace, this is impossible with, this is challenging, but I can figure it out. Positive self-talk isn't about lying to yourself. It's about giving yourself language that keeps you in control rather than spiraling out of control. Your body and emotions are deeply connected. When you're angry or stressed, notice if you're slouching, crossing your arms, or tensing up. Stand tall, roll your shoulders back, open your chest, and take a deep breath. This sends a signal to your brain that you are safe and in control. Even a simple smile can trick your brain into releasing feel-good chemicals. Now, let's practice. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. One of the most practical habits you can build is simply delaying your emotional reactions. If you feel like sending an angry text, wait 10 minutes. If you want to shout, take a short walk first. This delay allows the emotional intensity to drop, giving your logical mind a chance to take the driver's seat again. Over time, you'll find that your thermostat becomes easier to adjust in the moment. Just like you might check the weather before leaving home, check in with your emotional state every day. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What do I want to feel for the rest of today? This habit builds emotional awareness and helps you stay proactive rather than reactive. When you consistently act as a thermostat, your life changes. Your relationships improve because you stop snapping at people. Your productivity rises because you don't waste hours stewing in anger or stress. And you gain respect. People trust those who can stay calm under pressure. Most importantly, you feel a sense of inner peace because you know you are in control of yourself no matter what's happening around you. Now it's your turn. Try the thermostat rule today. Pick one situation where you normally react and practice setting your emotional temperature instead. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. What changed when you acted like a thermostat instead of a thermometer? And if you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. More strategies like this are coming your way, and you don't want to miss them.